All right, we are live now. Hold on, I want to do a little noise. Hey, that's it, Jeff. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, hey, Ron, eat your broccoli.
Yo, man. I just wanted to just start documenting, our day-to-day process because, you're in real estate, I'm in real estate. We might be on two different sides, but those sides always meet together because, I help find the money and you help find the deals, right?
Yep, 100%.
So, bro, just for the people who don't know you, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your experience, and why people should even give a shit about what you have to say about real estate.
Yeah, so I guess I would describe myself as a a real estate broker that basically does real estate to support my investing habit, and essentially, my background is I kind of came into this game after reading a bunch of books like Rich Dad Poor Dad and all those other real estate books, and they made it seem so simple, right? Go find an investment deal,
Yeah.
buy it for cheap, sell for high, or build a portfolio, the cash flow and all that good stuff. And then you go out there and then you realize that most of these realtors out here aren't really competent, when it comes to speaking the language of the investor. And so that kind of led me on a path where I decided to basically, um, you know, going from being a person that had no connection in the business, being somebody that, was broke, bad credit and everything, decided to essentially get my real estate license so that way I could start selling some houses and then eventually make my way into becoming an investor. So I started basically right when the market crashed, right after the market crash in 2010.
Yeah.
From there, I've been able to go from, broke ass real estate agent to, somebody that's been able to close over 2,000 investment and wholesale deals and traditional real estate deals here in Central Florida. Um, Done a couple of things. So, of course, launched a real estate brokerage, help people source deals, wound up investing myself. I do a couple different things like raise capital. I've owned a title company, construction, property management, basically the full vertical of real estate and real estate investing entities. And so, yeah, I mean, I've one of these days I'll show you the scars from all the mistakes I've made along the way.
Yeah.
And I think that if I could just share some game, like and not gatekeep and just help as many people as possible, then it'd be cool to have more people that's part of our village and our tribe and going in the direction that we're planning to go in.
Oh, for
So
sure, man. I
yeah.
mean, even with myself, I got into real estate. My first property was actually in Kensington, Philadelphia. And if anyone
Mm,
Googles Kensington, Philadelphia, it pretty
mm,
much speaks for itself. The mistake I made was so I was one of those guys. I had a lot of money, but I didn't have any assets, and
mm,
I was a credit guy. So I'm sitting here telling people like, "Hey, use your credit to buy real estate," and I didn't own any real estate, but I had cash. But the problem
yeah,
is, you can't see what's in my bank account. You can see the property I own, but you can't see the money in
yeah.
my bank account. So it was kind of my ego that played a role in it too.
You know what we call
So
that, by the way, right?
we call it.
We call that Henry, high earner, not rich yet, right? Like,
Yep, that's
yeah.
pretty much what I was, and I ended up getting in contact with a Haitian wholesaler.
Oh, snap.
Yes, the
That's
guy I got
that's
to
me
know he's
also.
a Haitian wholesaler, and
Yeah.
oh my god, this deal. Now that I look back at it, that's like I said, I was just so desperate to just have a. That's the one thing I can say. If you're selling real estate, you're going to get somebody who just want to own real estate. Like we don't care about the AP, the after repair
Interest rate.
value. We don't care about the rental market. We just want to say we own a property.
Right.
So we didn't. I didn't do a title search on this property or anything. I
Oh, you a hot
no,
boy.
we went to City Hall because he tried to spin it to me like, oh, the reason why he's doing it for this cheap because he want to do cash and da da da. I think something about he had some elaborate story about his benefits would get messed up if this money hit his account and something I just fell for. I was like 26, 25, right?
Hmm.
And bro, I went to City Hall with 40 grand in cash We went over to TD Bank to count it up, and then we went to like the title place in like City Hall to transfer the papers. So now I know why they did that. So when I go to sell the property, Brian, your cousin, actually sold it for me, bro. That shit had like a $10,000 like lien on it or something like that, and I'm like,
Oh man.
well, how were they able to sell the property to me with a lien? But when I go try to sell the property, so what do you think? So tell me everywhere I fucked up with that. Oh, on top of that, this guy was renting out rooms. So I inherited 3 room renters. Each of them was paying about $400 to $500 a month. But then like one of them started like doing drugs, and the neighbors started telling me, and I had to like, so I didn't have a renter's license, so I couldn't legally evict them. So I had to get a friend, walk up in there, do an involuntary eviction. You know what I'm saying? And then, so to keep him from calling the cops, I said, "Listen, bro, here's $1,000. Don't come back here no more. Don't come back here no more.
Yeah.
You see what's going to happen to you. Here's $1,000." He probably went and smoked it up, but you know what I mean? And then another thing was, it was a lot of mold in like the kitchen part. And bro, those guys were perfectly okay with it. So that's why I guess you could say I was a slumlord in that situation, but they was paying, so you know what I mean? So what's your feedback on that?
So first of all, if you're gonna deal with a Haitian wholesaler, you should have went with me. That's the first thing, right? No, that's where you went wrong first. But so you're telling me you just did a quick claim deed essentially, right?
That's what it's called?
Yeah,
I don't even know what I did with what's that's called. They didn't say, "Yo, we gonna do it at City Hall," and I'm assuming it's City Hall, so it's official.
Yeah,
you can't be scamming me if we're going to City Hall.
Yeah, so it can be official, right? But you can buy property, but a title company, or in some states they're going to require an attorney. They're basically there to make sure that there's no liens or encumbrances on the title. So basically, you want to have a title search done, and they're going to go through the whole chain of title from like 1983, 1883, whatever heck it is, and see that somebody's baby mama from 5 generations ago isn't entitled to any money on that property, right? And that's what you pay a title company or an attorney for, is to get you a title policy. And basically what
I'm sorry, bro. I just wanted an excuse to use this.
We got to find what's the proper context for that. We got to turn this to
right. We gotta find like when you hit a gym. I just hit like a button like.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, you basically want to do a title search, and then when you pay a title company, essentially what they're doing is they're issuing you what's called a title insurance, basically an insurance policy that says, yo, nobody could come back 5 years from now and say, hey, there's a lien for $55,000 on this crib. And if so, here's an insurance policy that basically you can make a claim against if that ever happens. So that's kind of the first thing, right? So a lot of times, I bet you those numbers look sexy. That cash flow on that property with 17 people renting that place out, it probably was looking fire on paper.
Yeah, I think it was cast on like $1,500 a month or something like that.
Killing it. So, there's a good and a bad, right? So some people, especially new investors, they want stuff that's turnkey. Oh man, I don't got to go find any tenants. Great. Congratulations. You walk into that crib, your boys they fentanyl leaning in the crib. You know what I'm saying? They cracked out or whatever it is, because you inherited somebody else's mess. So sometimes it's better to just get something that you put your own tenants in, that you screened, and right. you can give them the eyeball test instead of having to give them the Kensington special eviction treatment that you gave them, with the goons or whatever it is. So
listen, man, sometimes it's cheaper and faster than a regular eviction.
I feel you. So, but where you went wrong, first off, is just taking action, right? As we always talk about, like, completion is better than perfection, because something that's completed can always be perfected, but not the other way around. And I'm sure you're still standing here today because you're able to, use it as tuition that you paid, pay the stupid tax that we talk about.
Yeah.
and basically bounce back from it. Also, where you went right is cash for keys. So a lot of people don't realize that, like, when you have somebody that's in a situation that you want to evict, you got two options. You can go fight that person and get out the crib, or you can first come to them and say, hey, you know what? Like, we both know you messed up, right? And what we're going to do is I could go the harder route, which is, go through this eviction process and make it ugly for everybody. But I'm going to do something that's counterintuitive. If you clean this house up, you put everything out on the curb for me, I'll give you 500 or $1,000 basically to move out of this crib. And so people will clean everything up and let you in there, let contractors in there, get all your quotes and stuff, right? Like, and we'll work with you and not trash your place. So it's better to spend $1,000 and be like, hey, look, either this money is going to go to the attorneys or it's going to go to you and help you start a new life. And so, that was really smart. However, you had the insight to do that. Actually, how'd you figure to do that? Like,
honestly, I just didn't want him to call the cops because what we did
because of what you did. Okay.
Illegal.
Yeah,
it was because it's like I thought when someone sees like a weapon, that should be like enough to like scare them into like leaving, but
not Kensington.
This crack, bro, this drug addict, bro, he's persistent, man. He was like, yo, you gonna have to put me out of my misery. Oh yeah, that's another thing, by the way, on YouTube. Try to stay away from words like the R word. Stay like great, or instead of saying, the kill word, you say terminate and stuff like that. That's one thing I did learn about YouTube. They don't like certain words.
Gotcha.
So I gotta talk more about Philly. Yeah. He didn't want to get he wasn't scared to get murked. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube ain't up on Philly slang yet.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, you're the sound like you're the Suge Knight of real estate, man. Like, man.
No, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. In certain markets, you gotta be that way. You gotta be that way.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to do real estate the traditional way in up and coming areas, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because at the end of the day, you know what's crazy? I still made money on that deal.
100%. Yeah.
I got the property for $40,000. I paid for it cash. I was cash on $1,500 a month. I kept it probably for a good 5-6 years. But another thing is, I bought.
Hold on. Hit the gong on him when you gave him that number. Hit the gong on him, dog. Come on.
Hold on.
I got what they want.
I had it up on the comments.
Give me the stats. Hold on. Run it back. I need you to give. Yeah. Give the stats and then give me the sound again. Tell me what you. Tell me.
Oh, all right. So let's go back to it. So so I purchased the property for $40,000 cash. Let's talk about how I got the money, right? So I already was sitting on 15-20 grand cash that it was disposable that I could part away with, but I still needed another 20 grand to fill in that gap, right? Plus closing costs and all that. So what I did was I got a line of credit from Key Bank. And that was, I actually got 2 lines of credit from Key Bank. So a lot of people don't notice, if for every LLC you have, it's like having a new person. So I had Ameria Holdings and I had ANC Consultants. So I got lines of credit on both of them, and I pulled them both out to purchase the property because I was cash flowing so much from my business that I knew I can handle those payments from the line of credit.
So talk to me about this. I know I've had this experience like where I've walked into a bank as just Jeff the person, and I'm like, let me go borrow some money, right? Now they'll lend me money to go get into some consumer debt, right? Like, I can't say the word consumer debt, right? They're like, hey, what you trying to do? You trying to go on vacation? You trying to put a new kitchen in your crib? Cool, we'll give you a couple bucks. But then I've turned around and I've walked into banks as Jeff the LLC, and all of a sudden, all types of windows start opening up. Like, are you seeing the same thing on your end? Like, what's up with that?
So here's what you have to understand, right? When businesses borrow money, 9 times out of 10 they earn more money and they keep more money on hand. Versus with personal consumers, I mean, it could go both ways, because as a personal consumer, it's easier to buy a house FHA, but as a business owner, it's easier to get unsecured money. I personally, I like unsecured money because I don't like anyone having liens on my properties. Like I rather fuck my credit up and
Yeah.
own all my shit than
Yeah. You rather grape your
up,
credit.
you take
Watch out, we on
everything.
YouTube. We're on YouTube. Grape your credit. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can say fuck. I can say that. That's cool.
Okay, we good? We
Yeah,
good?
we
Sorry.
good on
Sorry.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it can't be nothing about like doing this to somebody or
Yeah.
you know what it is, the cancel culture. That's what it is.
We're gonna get cut off midstream.
But
Wait, you
no,
talk.
some
They
of my
got
favorite streamers, they drop so many F bombs on the stream.
Oh, they lit. Okay.
But no, so to go back to that, I just always had that mindset with real estate. Like I believe that if you don't have at least 30 to 40% down to go into the deal, or if you are able to get in with little or no money, so I learned this from Robert Kiyosaki. The money is made before you purchase the property. Or I mean, sorry, the money is made when you purchase the property. Meaning, if I'm not already in profit from the time I close that deal, it's not a good deal.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people try to make shit a good deal because they like the house and they like the neighborhood. They want to make that. I've done that before. Have you ever done that? You try to make something a good deal.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see it all the time in wholesaling, right? Like, to some people, being a wholesaler is a cuss word, right? Like, if you're talking to an investor, they'll be like, "Oh, you're a wholesaler," and a lot of times that comes from them being like, "Damn, man, I know how wholesalers are. They mark shit up, they pretend like something's a deal, right? And they just trying to grape me. Hit the gong on them, stop. But they just try to.
They trying to do this. They trying to do this.
That was you doing the eviction?
Yo, I'm good on point with these sound effects, bro.
Yeah, no, you good, man. I'll just do them old school. No, but so like to your point, like a lot of times, especially in the wholesale industry, people are trying to stretch these deals. They're super thin, and I get it, right? Like they paid for a little wholesaling course. They got some. They finally sat down at a kitchen table, and with a homeowner that said, "Yes, I'll go ahead and give you my property," and yeah, they were so dehydrated, if you will, like that they go ahead and snatch a deal that's not quite fully baked yet. That's got not enough equity in it. Put it out on these streets because they're ready to make that money back. Because the man on the course said, "Yo, we're gonna make $20K every single day when we wholesale in these deals." And so, yeah, we've all been there. We've had some thin deals.
Oh, I had a guy block me for exposing on that. That guy Tony the Closer.
Oh, did? Really?
Yeah. So what these guys do when people like me and you call them out like that's not true or that's not realistic or whatever, they just block you.
Really?
Because
they don't like
know,
that.
They know. What's up? they know so that's what they do. They target people who don't know any better.
Yeah.
And the people that know better, they just block us.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, I'd rather this be raw because there's too many guys that just putting out fake information and it makes the industry worse because then you have these overzealous wholesalers that go out there and it just creates bad deals and it creates a circle.
Yeah, I mean, there's you got to have a G code for everything, right? Like, and wholesaling is something that, there's not really a code that a lot of people follow. It's kind of the wild, wild west. So,
what's the most evil wholesale deal you've seen? I'm not even gonna say you were a part of. I'm gonna say what you've seen.
Evil wholesale. So I was just actually talking to my real estate attorney yesterday, and what she told me she's been seeing as of recently is somebody went to this this old lady, got her house under contract, did the typical wholesaler thing, locked it up for 30 days, didn't close on it, and then after they bailed on the property and backed out of the contract, they went ahead and recorded something on the deed, like recorded something in the county records saying that they have an interest in the property. Okay. And so this lady winds up getting a realtor, winds up listing her house for sale. She's getting ready to close. And then they decided to try to extort the old lady. They're like, yeah, well, we'll remove this thing if you give us a couple of grand. So they didn't. Now you can't leave. Yeah, they got gully with it. Yo, they got gully with it, and they were just like, yo, like, so you want us to remove this thing so you can close? You got to give us a couple of grand. And so a lot of that's been popping up, apparently, but to me that's pretty grimy. Like if you've already locked up somebody's property, you tried to give it a pass and nobody would buy the thing, probably because you marked it up too much. A lot of people will put they're determined to make a set number on every single wholesale deal. Let's make 20K, let's make 40K on each deal.
Right.
And so instead of making a little bit of something, they make a lot of nothing, and they wind up backing out a deal when they could have just put it out for the appropriate price. And so, yeah, instead they moved to the route of extorting old ladies. So that's one of the more recent ones that I'd heard of. You know,
but the only thing that's messed up, man, a lot of my guys that I know, not my guys, but people that I know, their first or their biggest wholesale deals were like an old lady or someone who wasn't all the way there, and then that's one of the reasons why I want to have a lot of children. I am so afraid of being one of those seniors. They get like, think about the scams that are out now. And multiply that by AI, YNs. Think about the children of the YNs.
AI and YNs.
AI and the children of the YNs. Bro, you know what type of scams get? Yo, my cousin. This
Allegedly.
is not a cousin. This is just Aaron. This is your cousin. My cousin was on the news. Our next stream. I'm gonna pull the video. He was on the news. He was on the news for. I don't know how he was able to do this. He was like tricking old ladies into like selling their houses.
Wow.
Like it was some freaky way he was able like to get the lady to sign some paperwork, and then he'll like sell the house, but he'll sell the same house to like 3 different people and keep and it's just like, how do you do a scheme like this and think you're going to get away with it? Like I don't bro, you do this stuff and you leave the country. You know what this man did? And I didn't even realize it, right? When I was living out in Vegas, my family came out and to visit. This man got his own penthouse to himself, away from the family. This man's going shopping on damn Las Vegas Boulevard every day. And it's like, hey, how did cousin Ty, what's going on? Oh, yeah, he does what you do. He does something with credit and real estate. And
no, he don't.
He was on the
news.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the thing is, bro, like taking advantage of old people, like I feel like there's like a special place in hell for people like that. Like
100%. Yeah,
I mean, someone like you're fair game. You should know better. You're fair game, but an old
you'll rob me all day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll rob you all day.
No, I mean with wholesaling, like you know, you're serving in any industry, period, right? Whether it be you're buying a car, a TV. Some shit got wholesaled, you know, like somebody got it for a lower price, marked it up. It's just something that exists in every single industry, and it has its rightful place, especially in real estate, right? You have people that are basically ashamed of their houses. They don't want to put it on the MLS. They don't want to broadcast to the world that they're transitioning from a painful place in their life. Like, hey, you know what? You know, I'm getting ready to lose my house, or you know, some other distress that they're in. And so they want a quick, discreet, legit cash offer, or somebody that can just funnel in a bunch of investors quickly and get them what they need. And so if done correctly, like it's better that these properties go the route of a wholesaler versus going to an incompetent agent. Because an agent, let's face it, right? A real estate agent ain't trying to be in the ugly house with boarded up windows and meth heads, right? Like they're trying to be in the crib with open house where they could bake cookies, you know what I'm saying? Like greet you with their little sweater tied around their neck and shit, right? Like, and they're trying to be in the pretty houses, right? But the grimy houses where you gotta, you know, smells like mold, you gotta step over a dead body, but that bitch will cash flow. Like that's the one that investors and wholesalers live in, you know? So yeah, when done right, there's a lot of little ladies that have been helped. I mean, at one point in time, we actually helped the old lady like pack and move from Ohio to Florida. Like,
Yo, what about Shirley, man? Shirley is going to be in my memories for a long time, man. Little old lady Shirley.
yeah, yeah,
And
sweet Shirley.
you notice where Shirley, like, let me give you guys a tip. If you're trying to close a deal with an older black woman, I don't know how good this works with white women or Asian women or even
I
Jewish
love
women, but the black women,
I love this theory. Go ahead.
bring up the Bible. Bring up the Bible. Preferably Proverbs. If you bring up anything
Proverbs are
about the
fire.
Bible or the Lord, listen, ma'am, the Lord told me that it was time to sell this house.
Christ.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Jesus told me. Let us pray. Oh, by the way, bro, pray with your clients. If it's an old black lady, pray with her.
Yeah.
They love that. They love that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she
I need a little organ. I need a little organ sounds effects on that.
yeah. We'll check with the sound department on that.
Yeah. So Jeff,
up.
so tell me a little bit about so now we're gonna talk a little bit as far as like being a realtor, right? Because I deal with a lot of realtors, and I feel like realtors leave a lot of money on the table when they're just focusing on the traditional buy leads, show a house, close. Talk to your friends and family, show a house, close. So like you being not only a realtor but a broker, what are the ways you see realtors can make more money in this industry right now?
Yeah, so just first off, like real estate is funny because when you get into the business, like it's almost like multi-level marketing, right? Like, which there's a lot of good parts of multi-level marketing, but a lot of people just think, fantastic, I got my license. I can just, work from home. I could be that bad bitch that does a couple open houses with a slow motion walk away, right? And that's how I'm gonna make a bunch of my money. And then what they really find out is, they sell a house to their auntie, their mama. They tap out their 3 friends and family members that are trying to buy a house, and they don't know where to go from there. So the first thing I would do is there should be something special about you, like when you're in real estate, right? Like, everybody knows a damn realtor, and you got a perception. Everybody knows a mama or an uncle or a cousin that tried, and they know a broke ass real estate at that agent, not just any agent. Like, because the average agent closes like 3 deals a year. So I mean, that's a long sound. Yeah. So a lot of realtors. I appreciate that, man. You could just laughed in real life, by the way. Yeah. So if you think about it, everybody has a perception of what a realtor is, right? That goofy ass person that wears their name tag in a grocery store, that person that's clogging up your timeline with some bullshit, right? Like, and that person that's just thirst, like to ask you some questions about real estate. You were like, yo, I just got a new car. Oh, have you thought about buying a house? Like, you're just like, damn, dog, I wasn't even on that. So you want to distance yourself from traditional real estate people. And the first way to think about it that I want to binding up in is like, well, I realize investing is kind of where it's at. Most people look at, most realtors will sell you a house, right? And then they'll get you a house for your family, that little starter home. Then they're going to fucking hit you with like, recipe cards and some bullshit for years to come. And by the time you call them, they're out of the business because they quit anyway. Versus talking to people about real estate like an asset, studying your actual craft every single day, right? Like you should be able to know, you should be able to be like, yo, Jeff, like what area, I got 100K to spend. What area can I go ahead and get a 10% cap rate? Because your real estate professional is somebody that is guiding you some of the most important purchases of your life. So you have to look at it like an asset and not only just talk about the emotional things, right? Like, so cool. Every realtor is going to talk to you about the beautiful kitchen with the granite or the fucking 3-car garage or what have you. But you need somebody that's going to really tell you why this has some upside long term. And if you treat your clients the right way, then, what you can do is you take them from an owner occupant. And as you know, most people hold their wealth within their house. It's probably like the only asset they're ever going to have. And if they treat that the right way, they can grow that into multiple properties. But you need to be equipped as a real estate professional to be able to have that discussion about how to transform from just a single property owner to becoming the lord of the land, or a landlord, or get a vacation home and actually grow from there. And so specializing in something, it could be in investments, it could be in farmland, it could be in commercial real estate, but pick a specialization so that way when people meet you, they know, okay, this is why I'm going to rock with this dude, is because he has something special. So for me, it was specializing in finding investment deals and speaking the language of the investor. Hopefully that answered your question.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So just real quick, because you're on your laptop.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me see if I'm able to do it. Present. Do you see present on your side of on the studio?
I do.
See, we'll let you share your screen. Maybe you could like show us like maybe some deals or show us some stuff. Only I just want to see what it looks like when we try to share stuff. You know, we're learning with our audience.
Yeah, I got you. Sure.
Yeah, so basically, what I usually do to look for deals, I used oh my god, how did I forget the name already? It like gives you access to like MLS. It's like $100 a month.
What? I'm sorry. What was your question? I was on the screen share thing.
Finding that software I used to find deals. It's like
PropStream?
$100. PropStream. Yes.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of PropStream. I did a lot of driving for dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually how I found most of my deals. Just driving around looking for sell by owner.
Yeah. So and you were looking to pick up some investment property, so you're driving for dollars, basically. What you're saying?
Pretty much. And guess what? You can walk right in, talk to the owner right then and there, work out the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's different ways to go about it. You know, I kind of had a. Oh, my man just dipped on me.
No, I told you, and Philly is real gloomy, so I got to keep turning on lights and stuff. Like, bro, it's in the middle of the day, and I had to turn on all these lights in my house just to have light.
Damn. Come get this sunshine out here in Florida, baby.
That show, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I don't know where that shit comes from, bro.
Cap?
Hat.
Yeah.
What?
So no, I mean, when it comes to real estate, I kind of went a non-traditional route where I became a realtor first, and then I went into wholesaling second. And you know, while I've mastered a lot of those off-market techniques like driving for dollars, like mailing campaigns, text message campaigns, and different ways to generate off-market sellers, like the MLS, kind of where it's at also. You know, like um, a good chunk of my deals I've been able to find on market, believe it or not. And I'll just give you an example. I was talking to one of my mentees today, and I was like, "How you looking as far as inventory is concerned?" He's like, "Man, I just put out 6 wholesale deals today," and that was just off of on market MLS deals. And so just to test them out, I was like, "Look, give me some deals that um, I can." Well, actually, not to test them out, because legitimately, I'm looking for a partner, and I was like, "Give me some deals that we can get for 65% after repair value," right? Which you would think that on the MLS those deals don't exist. But he's like, "Okay, cool. I'll send you 3 right now." I mean, like shot those over to me, and pretty easily. So they exist on the MLS. It's just you have to have the right system to get them set up and to find it. But what I like about the MLS also, especially if I'm looking at investment properties, instead of me having to pull up to your doorstep to get pictures of a home to see the condition, I can just go on MLS and look at it, right? And so, like this home, really.
Bro, your sound just went out. Nope. Can't hear you. What the heck happened? Maybe something happened with your mic. Nope. Try unplugging it and see if can you want to pick it up from your laptop. And then unmute yourself. so weird. Is it me? Can you hear me? Okay, but I can't hear you. That is very strange. Bro, it literally just cut out of nowhere. Maybe maybe I can like remove you and add you. Maybe you can like hop off and hop back on maybe. Let's see. All right, yeah, having some technical difficulties. He'll be back. All right, add you to the stage. Oh, I don't know what's going on, man. That is very strange. All right, it's all good.
Oh wait, how about now? How about now?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, we back. We back. Woo! What happened?
Yeah. My bad. Yo, too much sauce I was giving you here, man. Too much heat.
Oh, you burnt the mic down. You fried the mic. You fried the mic.
Burn the damn thing down. You see me? I'm gonna mash up the place. Yeah, burn it. No, but so like I was saying, man, like there's ways to find properties on the MLS, but you just got to be strategic about it, and really you can get a lot more deals done. Now they're not going to have as big of a spread in some cases if you're looking to wholesale as your off-market deals, but for free I can just fire up the MLS. I can go look at properties, and one of the skill sets you want to have is the ability to get nice at analyzing properties via the pictures. See, when you're doing off-market deals, you got to pull up on that old lady's house. You got to walk the place, or you got to get them to give you pictures. When I can just go over here, and thankfully these realtors just gave me the pictures I needed. So, for example, when I'm looking at this house on the outside, I start to look at things like the roof. Right, there's a little bit of discoloration there, so I'm like, okay, cool. As I'm clicking through these pictures, I'm building a rehab list in my mind of what it's going to cost to renovate this property, right? So, okay, cool. This roof looks a little sketchy. Now, if I wanted to go further, if I had some concerns about this roof, right, I could also, whenever there's a property on the MLS, the sellers will fill out a seller's disclosure where they'll tell you the last time a roof permit was pulled, or you could just go on the public records and see when a roof permit was pulled. So what I'm showing here is basically how you can analyze a property, calculate your rehab list before you even set foot into a home and know if it's good to go, and you can start loading up some ammunition. So when I'm clicking through the pictures on the MLS, I'm looking for like ammunition I can use to go ahead and negotiate. So I'm looking for old lady furniture in there. I'm looking for, I'm looking for outdated kitchens. I'm looking for, everybody knows the showcase of the kitchen and the bathroom is kind of what sells a house. So if they ain't showing that kitchen or bathroom, they're hiding something in that house. So I'm assuming that's all jacked up. They're trying to catfish you.
That's hold on. That's game. I never would have thought. Hey, yeah, I never would have thought about that. Damn, they're not showing They're not showing the main shit that people look for in a house. They're hiding something. That's something that only experience can teach you. You can't learn that in the class. That's experience right there.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you've seen some of these girls' pictures on some of these sites, like that if they hit you with the aerial picture and you see nothing but chest, you know what time it is, right? You got you a big one, like shout out to all the big ladies. But I'm sorry if I did it to you, big ladies, but you know what time it is.
Oh,
like, that aerial, they got that drone shot picture where they
they say no, it's like this meme on Instagram, right? They say like every weight, it was like when she's 120, when she's 150, when she's 200, when she's 250, and the camera kept getting closer to her.
Yeah, man. 100%. So so that's kind of like this. You start to know the tricks, right? Like you start to know the tricks.
Like Google Maps and like use that to like look through the neighborhood.
I do that yes, from time to time. Like when I was buying houses on the auction, I would do that a lot. Like, so for example, on the auction, you go buy a house and I remember bidding on some property or getting ready to bid on some property, and I was like, let me go check on Google Maps real quick. Yo, the whole damn house was burnt down when I looked on Google Maps. So yeah, I did all this research. I was getting ready to place this bid, and it was like, yo, I was bidding on like a burnt foundation that was just on the ground. So yeah, but also Google Maps is important too because you can have a fire crib, right? That's dope. But if you have if you got a neighbor next door that don't got their shit together, right? You got your boy looking like a Compton video where my man's bench pressing in the front yard. It don't matter if you got a mansion next door. Like they ain't trying to.
Philly, you could Google Maps properties in Philly. You will literally see dudes trapping outside. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to be conscious of like the neighbors for a couple different things, not just your house, but the neighbors. So, but yeah, I would skim through quickly and look at these pictures here, right? And start making my list of things that's going to allow me to justify an offer that's not going to make any sense. That's going to be lower. But yeah, I love these listings here that you can tell the pictures were taken with somebody's cell phone camera. Clearly it's an iPhone because Android takes better quality pictures. But
blah, 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 blah.
But yeah, like a lot of these deals here that just have either one picture or these weird off-angle pictures. Like, you see all that sunshine we got in Florida, by the way? Philly ain't got that.
Exactly. Look, ain't no glare in my crib.
We got heaven's window right there, dog. But you know, a lot of times these homes, it's almost like the realtor's not trying to sell the house. They took some lazy ass pictures, and so that works to your advantage as an investor, right? Like they put no kind of sauce on this. This shit is straight, you know, dry. Look at this. They thought they were doing something here, all right? But but yeah. So you can click through and look at houses. You know, one of the things I like as well is on the MLS, right? As an agent, I can do something that's called a market watch, where I can see what properties break down into certain categories. So I can set up a whole territory. I can see what new listings came up in that territory. And here's my favorite section: back on the market. Right.
So they mean they relisted it.
100%. Yeah. Back on the market is means we got to have a conversation with the seller. Oh, damn! I know you packed up the whole house. I thought you thought it was sold, but guess what? Yeah, you told all your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like that you're gonna go ahead and move, but now you ain't getting that check no more. So we back on the market, and so this is where a lot of humble agents and distressed sellers live, is in this area. So that's not sold. I clicked on sold by accident. Like, but if you look at back in the market, you normally see a price decrease as well. So look at this guy. They went down a little bit here. They went down 1%. They went down 1.72%, right? They went down 1.82%. So they come back on the market. They do a little price drop. Some people get arrogant and go up in price somehow. But again, I have these different sections where I can visit on MLS homes that's been back on the market, homes that just show a straight up price decrease, like 137 homes in this area. Look at this, dropping by 6%, 5%. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things.
It could be used for someone that's actually just an investor and not even a realtor. They can use this data, like on a prop stream or something like that, or even like a Zillow. Because Zillow tells you the listing history and all that stuff of a property.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's many ways to do this, right? Like, when it comes to real estate, there's so many different ways. There's people that are doing tax deeds. There's people that are buying from the auction. There's people that are doing off market. There's people that are doing MLS. And anything that you stick to and you really get some traction in, there's ways to find deals there. And there's advantages to the MLS. There's disadvantages.
I gotta make sure they know when you drop in a bar. Basically, niches make riches. Is because people be like, well, what's the best way to buy houses? The best way is the way that you can do consistently.
100%. So if you ain't got it like that, if you're not a realtor, get your ass out there, start driving for dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, and start getting it out the mud. If you have a real estate license and you're not closing any deals, if you ain't got no job, then you might as well start putting together some investment deals. And, you know, the number one thing is Just get a deal. It don't matter if you got money or not. You get a deal. If I came to you, Aaron, I was like, yo, Aaron, I got some J's that I found at the store. Like these Jordans are 60% of what it's worth. Even if you don't got the money, you're going to go call a friend and say, yo, you better go cop this, right? Same thing's true with investment property. If I'm like, yo, Aaron, I got a property for 50% of what it's worth right now under contract. You're going to call somebody. You can call your mama and your mama's mama until you go ahead and find somebody that's going to want that deal. So find the deal first. Make yourself there's no excuse not to be a deal maker. That's free. Like that's a lack of hustle. That's a lack of creativity. That's a lack of studying your craft. All those things are free. And like, shit, like with all the tools out there, the AIs and the YNs and all that shit, like
AIs and the Y.
like with all them tools out there, there's no excuse. You should be able to analyze properties quicker and find deals and become a deal provider. Because the last thing I'll say about this before on my rant here is, a lot of times people that get into this business, they think with their wallets, right? They think I don't have any money, and they think they have no value to offer. Well, as a deal provider, you got to think about in the investment ecosystem in general, right? A lot of these guys that want to buy investment properties, they have the money, right? Let's say they're a doctor. Let's say they're, whatever, some kind of business owner. And yeah, that person that's a high income producer, right, that has all that money, they're probably busting their ass putting in 60 to 80 hours a freaking week. And what they do have is the money. They may have the vision on how to renovate a property, but they ain't got time to be analyzing deals all day long. And as a broke person, the thing that you would have an abundance of is time to go door knock, to go analyze deals, to go look for high grass. And that's
what pisses me off about broke people is when my mentors always tell me, whatever you lack in muscle, you got to make up in hustle.
Drop that bar on them. Drop that on them.
Whatever. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whatever you lack in muscle, money, you have to make up in hustle. I've seen guys that do Uber Eats on a bicycle, literally on a bike.
Word. Diesel.
Because instead of them saying I don't have $100, they going out there making it happen.
Yeah. Never skipping leg day.
They get two benefits. They get a workout, and they making money. See, that's the thing about hustling, right? It might hurt. Hustling might hurt, but the muscle it builds once you're done. Like, bro, I used to knock on doors in 30-degree weather, bro. Verizon. That's why me selling on the phones. That's why when people say, "Oh, selling on the phones is hard," selling on the phones is hard. Bro, I'm in AC, sitting on my comfy couch, wearing exactly what I want to wear. Listen, I will take 50 fuck yous a day before I go back and knock on another door, bro.
Never again.
Never again. But at the time, I had to do that because I had no money, or hold on, or experience.
But you had that muscle.
That's the entitlement a lot of people have. They feel like because they envision something and they want it bad enough that justifies everything else. And it's like, yo, it goes back to money and it goes back to drive. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is built during the hustle period. And you're talking about real estate, it's hard.
Right.
Don't let nobody tell you this shit is easy. Look, what they say in that movie, you need brass balls to be in real estate.
Glenn Ross.
Glenn Ross.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like you, and again, you got to figure out how you can add value to these folks, especially on the wholesale side of things. It's like, well, what does a wealthy guy not have? What do you get somebody who's got everything, right? He ain't got time. His wife's at home smashing the pool boy because he ain't got no time, right? Like, right? Like, so that's the one thing he ain't got. And so you got to think about your advantages and your superpowers. And again, another thing is a rich guy that has, $500K cash sitting in a bank is getting broker every single day. With inflation, like if inflation's 8%, that shit's worth 8% less a day. So that money needs a job, baby. They are cash rich and property poor. And so we got to put that ass to work by finding them a deal and know your value. When you're talking to these people, they might be talking about how they got all this money, right? But they're still talking to you for a reason, right? Like that was an old pickup line. Hey, I'm not the hottest guy in this bar, but I'm the only one talking to you. Like I'm the only one with the balls.
Oh, I like that one.
but
Listen,
but
I ain't
like
the richest, but I'm the only one here. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one with the balls. So, but yeah, that money, you got to make that money flip. And so that's what you're doing as a wholesaler. You're the plug. You're the person that pulls up. You Poppy that got them things, you know what I'm saying, for the low price. So that way they can go ahead and make their money and they can get their wife back from the pool boy. And so, yeah, be a deal provider. Like go ahead and learn how to analyze deals, study your craft, and make sure your deals are bulletproof. Double, triple check them. And, because that's another thing, too. A lot of these people, they be moving around so much that you catch somebody like Aaron, you put a deal in front of him, and it's bullshit, he's never going to talk to you again. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron, the way this dude be moving, the amount of stuff that he's got going on.
You think I hit that hate the wholesaler back up? Yo, I actually seen him at an auction like months later, and I'm just like, you ever like see someone who like fucked you over, but you seen him in a professional environment, so you got to kind of be like, hey, what's up?
You gotta show him the gun in the blazer. You just gotta.
You got a whole face. You can't let him see you sweat.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. Philly is such a small city, man. Like someone that screws you over is not about what they say. Two mountains never meet, but two men will. I learned that. Two mountains might not ever meet, but two men will. So when you screw somebody over in this industry, depending on what market you in, you will see them again.
Man, drop that gong on them, dog. Drop that gong on them.
One time.
Yeah. Two mountains might not meet, but two men will.
So, bro, real quick, man, I want to because the next stream I want to make it like a first time home buyers stream, because I want to, now that we're talking now, I know how I want to do these streams. I want to build it brick by brick, as in we're starting from the basics and we're getting all the way up to the point that if you're not even a realtor, you won't even be able to follow this conversation.
100%. Yeah.
And let's talk about, okay, getting into real estate in the first place, right? Number one, guys, when I'm talking to people that's trying to buy real estate, the number one thing they don't have outside of credit is savings. So me personally, right, I recommend people save money in their life insurance policies, because let's just say, for example, you're saving to buy a house. The house you need a $10,000 down payment on. Cool. You get an IUL. You make sure it's a cash value IUL. It'll take you about 2-3 years, but you could then borrow against that IUL to purchase the property, right? Or if you fund the IUL up front, meaning like instead of paying it monthly, you fund it yearly, the money will be available right then and there. That way, if something happens to you before you close on a house, before you pay on that mortgage, your family is protected. See, real estate is an asset, but it's not the only asset you should have. So I think of it like the casino. I used to live in Vegas, right? So when you're at a casino, when I'm playing blackjack, I could put like a $5 chip on the insurance part of the table just in case the dealer pulls out a double king or a king or an ace or hits blackjack, so I don't lose all my money. So I treat my assets the same way. Okay, cool. Best case scenario, I buy a bunch of properties before retirement. I live off of the rental income. Cool. Worst case scenario, I die next year. $1 million is going to get funded into the trust that I have set up for my daughters. And now they will have an opportunity to keep the marathon going. So I tell people, don't save money in a regular savings account. Like you said, when your money is sitting in a savings account, it's actually losing money. What an IUL is growing with the stock market, and you have a death benefit. And guys, the only thing guaranteed in life is death. So 100%. That's why I just believe wholeheartedly that everyone, should have an IUL or leverage your 401k. If you have a job that's matching your 401k, you contribute up to what they match, because you can borrow against your. Well, I think you only can withdraw. You can withdraw from your 401k penalty free when it comes to real estate. Same with your IRA, your 401k, that stuff you could pull from to buy real estate. The only reason I say the 401k first, because a lot of you guys have jobs that give you matches. So that's the only thing I agree with it. They're giving you a 4% match, put 4% in there. They're giving you a 10% match it up to 10%. So what's your opinion on that? On getting that money up for that first down payment?
So, you know, it's funny, right? Like, a lot of people think that if you're in like insurance, finance, or you're a stock guy, or you're a real estate guy, or you're a Bitcoin guy, that these things are all just separate tracks. Like you got to pick one, blood in, blood out, or you cripping out here hard. Like these things, an integrated strategy is the best way to go. You know, like the dude we talked to the other day, right? Like he just wasn't ready yet. He wasn't ready yet to buy a house, right? And like his mindset was so stuck on, I need to buy a house, but he wasn't there. So what you're going to do? You're not going to have any assets at all in that particular case. Like my man got a whole baby that's 2 years old, and he's a old cat too, right? He's one of them. He's one of them sugar daddies that's like 60 years old with a 2-year-old and got no kind of insurance, right? Like, but he's trying to get a house. He thinks he's going to secure his baby with a house. You're more likely to catch a heart attack, God forbid, like before he gets that house. And and especially black people are some of the most underinsured like people in the country. Actually, I was reading a book about the first slave that became a millionaire, and like his money was made in insurance. Like, because what he noticed was that
insurance started with slavery. They insured us.
Word, 100%. Like what he noticed was that, like, you know, a lot of people when he was coming back from, I think it was like one of those wars, like either like one of those services. But anyways, a lot of black people coming back, and he noticed there were like people were begging and doing collections, saying that they just lost a family member. And like back in the day, he was like, "Yo, we need to get some insurance in the community right now." Like, you know, because people were dying and they had no decency. Their families were messed up in the game. And the amount of insurance you get for just a couple of peanuts is crazy, first of all. But beyond that, I think, you know, for those of us that are not in the insurance space, right? Like we think of insurance as like, I just need that when I die. So if I'm a YN right now, I don't need it. No, there's other insurance, like you're saying.
Yeah. You went out again.
How about now?
Here you go.
Yeah, there's other policies. So a lot of people think that insurance is just for like, you know, old heads that are worried about leaving an inheritance. Like insurance is for those people that are not in the industry. Like there are investment vehicles basically that you can stack your money in. You can then leverage that money. So you might not have 50 grand to get a house, but you might have a couple bands that you could put into an insurance policy like an IUL, and take that policy, borrow against it, like, and then be able to go buy your property like you're saying. And so it's almost like a no-brainer. And it's like getting a car without getting insurance, getting a house without getting some kind of insurance to insure your assets is you hustling backwards. So they work together very well. And, you know, I think more of these discussions need to be talked about, like having an integrated strategy where one feeds the other, and you're actually eating in two different worlds. Like you're collecting returns from multiple streams of cash flow. And so, yeah, man, 100%, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, real estate and insurance is just super essential, because the only thing I say about insurance, right, if I meet people halfway with, you can't live in your insurance policy.
Right.
So that's where real estate comes in there. That's why they stack on each other.
Right.
Yes, a real estate becomes a forced savings account because number one, you need somewhere to live. And number two, over the course of time, it's been proven that real estate increases in value.
Sure.
But then we also have the other part. You're also guaranteed to die.
Yeah, there's two guarantees, right? Like you're guaranteed to die.
Somewhere to live, you're guaranteed you want.
Yeah, no, well, I'm saying you're guaranteed that they're not making any more land, right? Like buy, what does Warren Buffett say? Buy land and not making any more of it. Yeah. So like they're not making any more land. So there's that scarcity that's gonna be there, and you ain't getting any more life than one. So 100%. Like
I feel like insurance, bro, it gives people the peace of mind that if you don't accomplish all the things you want to accomplish financially in this lifetime, you won't leave this planet a burden. See, a lot of you guys are gambling right now with your lives. Because number one, most of y'all families cannot afford to put y'all on the ground right now. Most of y'all families can't even lend y'all $500 right now if you need it. You think they're going to have 15 grand to put you in the dirt?
Yeah.
And then now your legacy starts to get tarnished because now everyone out here begging for you.
100%.
That's the last thing I would want is my family begging people to help bury me. Because that means when people think of me, damn, all that flying to different countries, all that drinking, all that stuff like that, he couldn't spend $40, $50 a month for a life insurance policy. And that's what's scary, how cheap it is.
Yeah. So then, and let's clarify that, right? Like, I think that if I'm going to get a $1 million policy is probably like something large in my mind, right? Like if I'm like, man, I'm gonna get $1 million life insurance policy. What do you think something like that monthly, like worst case scenario is going to cost somebody? Like if I'm not smoking 10 packs a day, if I'm not like, like
at your age, $120, $130 a month.
So $120 gets me $1 million worth of insurance.
Crazy, ain't it?
Stupid. Take my money. And yeah, I mean that's insane. I mean, the fact that people aren't doing this, like, it's crazy. And so the difference between your family having $1 million,
buy real estate with their life insurance claim from their parents fucking dying. A lot of my folks that got into real estate, somebody died, left them a house, left them life insurance. Now they're real estate gurus now. A lot of these real estate gurus, that's how they got into the game. Somebody died.
Insurance babies, $100. Built the whole family fortune on
trust fund babies. Yo, did I ever tell you that story of Brian's trust fund baby friend that gripped me up?
No.
And Brian let him do it?
Oh, no.
Bro. So you guys don't know, Brian is like my right-hand man, and this is his cousin. Guys are just alike. If I brought them both on here right now, you wouldn't know who was who.
We actually swapped out 3 times on this video. I'm Brian now. Go ahead.
You invest Jeff. So long story short, right? Brian hit me up and said, "Yo, bro, my friend is coming to DR for his birthday. Show him a good time. He's a friend of mine." I said, "Cool, no problem." Met up with the guy. We had a good time. Showed him around. And long story short, we found out that we were Eskimo brothers. you guys that don't know what Eskimo brothers are, Google it. I'm not going to explain to you what that is, but we found out we were Eskimo brothers.
Google that in incognito mode, yo.
Yeah, Google what Eskimo brothers is. So when he found that out, almost every insecurity came out. And when we got back to the city, right?
Hold on. Who went first?
Say it again. I went first.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Of course, I went.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, you good.
And I think that's what hurt him the most. It's like So long story short, we go to this place called Bibelo's or Babelo's or something like that in Philly. It's like a hookah spot. And this man, we pull up. This man is drunk off his ass. It's, yo, what's up, Brian? What's up, Aaron? Da, 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 da. And long story short, this man, don't you know how, like, when you talking to somebody and you like, yo, come here real quick, but like it's like a tight come here, like a scorpion get over here.
Real strong.
Real strong, but they try to look, but to everybody else, they try to look normal. Like, no, we're just talking to him. Bro, he kept pulling out money and saying, yo, you know what a trust fund baby is? Let me show you. He kept pulling out whams on me, bro.
Wham.
He said that's what a trust fund baby is, bro. I don't gotta work ever. Like this real money. And bro, I would never forget, like, yo, this is how trust fund babies act. Like when your family dies and leave you money, like this is how you act. And I just never forgot about that. Like, yo, there are people out here that are waiting for their family members to die just so they can do that.
Scheming.
Listen.
Yeah.
But no, that was my little story. Oh yeah, and by the way, Brian, so what made the story even crazier, the whole time he's talking to me, he just gripping me up like, yeah, man.
Real strong.
Yeah, man. And I'm like looking at Brian like, bro, your man kind of drunk. You think you want to, Brian is doing the Haitian ha-ha. No, but we were talking about trust fund babies and all that, and that story just came to my head. Like I'll never forget it, man. But
no, I mean, straight up, it's a legit. There's so many things you said that are funny. Like, I mean, we pushing an hour now, so but
yeah, man.
That's the
this was our first one, so I just wanted to like get the cobwebs out. What I like about this, bro, like in this studio thing, there's like notes sections in here. I don't know if you see on the right hand side.
Yeah,
it's like a notes section, so like we could put notes in here to keep us like, you know, on track with what we want to talk about. I can see the comments on YouTube, so like I said, when we schedule this and do more class style, like I feel like I know how we want to do it, because you got a teleprompter right here, notes. You can share your screen. Yeah, man. I think this is good. And then I'm gonna upgrade this so I can stream on Facebook too. I think I might be able to stream on Instagram as well. But yeah,
my boy about to go to the premium package.
Listen, bro, I just wanted to see what was better, this or Zoom.
Spend that.
The problem is Zoom doesn't allow me to stream to YouTube and schedule it. I like having these scheduled because, like, bro, when it's scheduled, people can like hit remind me. Like all the people on YouTube, they can hit like remind me, like we're about to premiere or some shit like that.
Premiere. Sorry.
And then we could make like a schedule. Like, all right, Monday at this time, we want to teach about this for an hour. You know, Friday at this time, we're gonna go over, you know, rent to own leads, stuff like that. Now that we kind of know how we want to do it, because this is sweet for me. I could do this.
That's dope. Yeah, man. We can talk Guapanese every day, as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, man.
Let's get it.
Well, listen, guys, thank you for joining us. I'm going to go pop this in my Clipper app, and we're going to turn these into about 20 different shorts. That's actually the best part, where you see all the like sound bites of what you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because honestly, bro, that's what makes people want to watch the stream. So basically what happens is I chop this up, I post a bunch of shorts. Remember, people attention spans are short. So they see the short and be like, oh wow, that was some good information. Oh wow, they have a whole stream. They were talking about this for 2 hours. Let me go hop on that.
Right.
Bro, one of my videos like this, bro, it took like 6 months before it caught up to people. But guess what? Once it caught up to people, it became my #1 view video. It got over like 4,000 or 5,000 views, which is not a lot by YouTube standards, but it's a lot for someone like me.
Hey, we ain't talking fast. Y'all just listening slow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was really important is the watch time. It's not even so much the views. Like I said, I'd rather have 5 people on here that get value, that watch this, than have 100 people that only clicked on this because they seen I had money, and the minute they heard, you know, some terminology that confused them, they hopped right off. That's how YouTube work versus like Instagram and all that. Instagram and all that, that's when you got to dance and all that shit and do viral stuff. And yeah, YouTube is not about like, yo, let's do something viral here. It's we ain't YouTube. And that's what I'm telling people, like, yo, bro, won't you go TikTok on that? I'm like, that's for stuff when you want to go viral. YouTube is for you building your community, like people who are searching for you and stuff like that. So glad to have you on here, brother. I told y'all, Mickey.
Appreciate you. Appreciate that, man.
We out this thing.
All right, man.